Alrighty. What a day it has been. What a day. What a day, what a day, what a day. Not that I have any complaints. I have any criticism. Not that I have any vent issue that I need to consult all of you with. Sit. Okay. I was trying to get the barking dog in my brain to sit over here. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay, ready? 1, 2, done. All right. Now, I have some important information to talk about today. 1 and done. 1, 1, 1, and done. Story of my life. Okay. I'm not messing around here. I'm not kidding you. I'm not fooling you. I'm not trying to waste time. Okay. You know, you have to do things consciously. You need to do things consciously. I have to do things consciously. Because otherwise, my brain is all on the insecure, side of things. Okay. What is so important that I wanted to go live instantly? Hello, Alice. Thomas is a new person here that has joined the Amenten the other day. Welcome, welcome. Pipson's here. Oh, yeah, I see people coming in. Please comment, chat. That's what it's for. Those kind of things. Put emojis in, put hearts in, all those things. All right. Now, we're going to be having a new Amenten guest. He will be arriving on the new moon in Virgo on the 27th. So I have a video about the new moon in Virgo. You can go watch it. Planning upon meditating before forecasts. Because I want it to come from the heart. I want it to be genuine. Less equals more. Less is more. So, yeah. I don't want to be excessive or go through the motions. No. That's what posts are for. You can post a lot of posts. That's what I'll do. So, you may see more posts on my page rather than more videos. Just with posts, you can produce, so many of them. Any place, public setting, post stuff, thoughts that you have, messages that you want to get out, and you don't have to think of things on the spot like you do in a video. You can sit down and there's no time zone. There's no recorder thing running. It's just you and the keyboard and the thing that you're looking in front of you. You know, the web, YouTube, Google, you know, and everything else. So, yeah. So I will try to do more written posts as opposed to videos because I really want quality over quantity. There will still be a lot of videos, but I'm going to see if I can kind of cut down. And I think that I will do that more easily now that, and I'm not going to say anything else because this is where there's a line and I want to keep the line like that. So I don't want to get into details with you. I don't want to get into personal matters. You know, healthy boundaries. Now, the guest, his name is Chas Laughlin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Laughlin. Chas Laughlin. And I had three big pieces of inspiration. Okay, so first, actually four. Second that, four. No, make it. Okay, so let's just take some time and just travel back. This time of year, 2018. What was going on in my life in 2018 at this time of year? Well, I was going into high school. The first history teacher, social studies teacher I have ever had in high school had a loud, sharp, clear as a bell, cut through the air voice. Young, athletic, looking and sounding, and in terms of mannerisms. And I have a whole sort of line of thoughts that I have. He was okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of him. Wasn't my style, my type of person, but we got along. End of story. Now, the second piece of inspiration. Some nights ago, I had a dream. In this dream, I saw women in all yellow outfits. And I'm talking about like lemon yellow. So from the top, like outfit, to then the pants, yellow pants. They were all doing some sort of synchronized cheerleading type movements, dancing, if you will. Bring it. I've tried to watch that show. It has been hard to watch that show. Good grief. Yeah. The Bring It On Lifetime shows, full episodes. So so anyway, I was seeing this. I was seeing these women doing these things. And then I saw some man waving a big flag as these women were doing their thing. And basically, they had to do it. They were required to do it. They were dictated to do this. No choice whatsoever. No exceptions. What was the other thing? I'm trying to gather. I can't remember. There was something else with it. I can't remember. It's gonna get something. I'm basically feeling overwhelmed and disempowered. That's how I was feeling in the dream. This person who resembled my first history teacher, I believe his name was, get this, if I'm getting it correctly, it was how about I type it in the chat? And then I'll say it. I don't know if I'm getting the spelling correct on this. There probably isn't a C in the word. Okay. There. Okay, now please. Okay, this is not probably going to be spelled correctly, but see if you can make out what that is, what that name is. That was the name of my U.S. history teacher in high school. And so, well, I lied. Probably not going to say who it is. I don't want to. But, you know, this person in the dream reminded me of the person I put in the chat. And, well, I didn't have a very good relationship with him in the dream. I was very afraid, intimidated, annoyed, taken aback by, and just really rejected his personality, the person in my dream, that is. And I can remember that he was in my grandparents' house, of all places. Now, why is this so significant? Well, it's a common fact that the young make the old old. The old make the young young, or younger.
Oh, can you hand me the cup over there?
Here.
Just be careful.
On that note, there is yet another piece of the puzzle. Wait. Okay, just hear how I said that. There's another piece of the puzzle. Right. There's another piece of the puzzle. Definitely. Definitely. There's another piece of the there's another piece of the puzzle. Hear how my R's are kind of well, I'm trying to be refined. I'm trying to be refined. Is it working out? I found another piece of I found another piece of inspiration. Okay, don't be anybody beside you, like, seriously. Anyway, there's so many, that. Okay. Anyway, it was at my grandparents' house. Okay, now I remember what I was saying. Indeed. Which one of those do you think that I prefer? For all humility's sake, for all compatibility's sake, the old making the young look younger. Otherwise, you get young men who make fun of grandparents, grandmas, several films about how TikTok producers, I want to say. Yeah, that's a much better word for that, because anyway, there was this one film I was watching where these TikTok producers were, and I did that with my own words, not anybody else's, hurting a blind woman. Trying to prank a blind woman as she was just walking in the park, enjoying her day in the park, enjoying her time in the park, minding her own business. They came in and they tricked her, and they just all for views, all for entertainment, all for fun. Destructive fun. Irresponsible, reckless fun. And I'm going to kind of play devil's advocate when I say this, but you may see some teenagers, males that is, helping an older woman, probably one that uses a walker. Don't be surprised if there are a bunch of kids that come by and, his age or older, that make the teenager. We're talking about teenagers here, or older, young adults who come and make fun of him and tease him for what he is doing in service to this older woman, and then the group of kids, bother him, take up his time, annoy him, get on his nerves, and make him feel uncomfortable and really, really maybe harass him. I mean, there's so many little, descriptors, if I'm thinking of the word, using that correctly. Again, I'm playing devil's advocate, but the dichotomy of the situation. Some people just make other people look bad unintentionally. Some say stuff, some act out certain things. However, that said, some people just naturally. Lilith ruled people. Lilith dominant. High on Lilith. And I'm going to explain what that means here in just a second. But for now, people who, without intention, make others look bad, make certain people look bad. And on the flip side of that coin, you may perceive other people that make you look bad. For me, it happens to be none other than some people, not all people, but some people my own age. Males, that is. Now, given a certain situation, if you perceive yourself and you see a picture of that certain situation, that certain circumstance that you are ashamed of, embarrassed by, that's not you at all, and you feel so ingrained in something that you feel uncomfortable with, that isn't who you are at all, well, over time it will fade away. Over time it should, and probably most likely will fade away. It does take detachment from that place, from that situation, from those people. I can feel out of my element with certain people. Oh. And then I can come home to something that I can really, really fall back on. I am on social media. To the whole world. Whole world can go and see my stuff on my own terms, my own initiative, my own idea. It just felt right, seemed right, made sense. The whole pretend stuff, completely pretend videos, pretend whatever. No. That was not going to work anymore. No. So, if I find myself in circumstances where I feel uncomfortable socially, and the people around me make me feel uncomfortable, ungrounded, potentially pull my energy down, potentially make me feel like I've just gone against my better judgment. I don't belong. I don't feel like I belong in the situation, that I'm with the right crowd of people. Well, that's that. Just like leaves floating down the stream. They're there, and you walk away for some time, come back, you don't see them anymore. With social media, however, it's all there for you. And I say that in an absolutely positive light. 100%, 100%, 110% of that. I am bigger than a situation I am uncomfortable in. A situation that I feel insecure and embarrassed and you know, I mean, there's so many things. I have bigger things in my life that I am currently doing in my, occupations, hobbies, big things in my life. I'll just say, being colloquial, bigger things through the internet, to the World Wide Web, to worldwide apps. Yes. I have never really felt envy or jealousy for really anyone in the physical world. I may admire certain people, but not in maybe envious or jealous. That's what I'll say. Now, getting back to what I'm talking about, I sort of went off on a tangent. But so, Lilith dominant, high on Lilith. What do I mean by that? Well, Lilith is what people reject, according to Saffron Sage Astrology channel. Cassandra, Saffron Sage. It's what people reject. It is your dark side. Now, do I need to pull up a whole article and read? No, no. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Oh! I have a term that I've come up with. Yes, I use that correctly. Information abuse. Content abuse. Binge watching abuse. Checking things off the list, abuse. We all, at some point in our lives, fall into those abuse categories. If I were to pull up an article and read it out loud for the first time to you all on Lilith, I would be abusing the information. And if I watch somebody's videos, just, one after the other to get them, watched and get them done just for the sake of just sort of, check that off the bucket list. Information abuse, GTTM, going through the motions, information abuse. When I was going through my YouTube channels and clicking on videos from those channels to see which ones I wanted to keep and which ones I wanted to get rid of, when I was watching just a portion, just clicking on a video and seeing and judging whether or not I wanted to keep that channel or get rid of that channel, unsubscribe from that channel or not, that was abuse. That was abusing the content, the possibilities out there. Now, that's long gone, and I have learned from my lesson. I have learned not to do that. And I am very, very aware of, okay, now, what is the motive behind doing this. Now, there is also scrolling abuse. You go on somebody's channel and you look through all their videos, without the intention of, okay, I'm going to scroll down because I want to watch one of their older videos. Well, that would not be information abuse unless it was all for a matter of just watching the video and getting it watched. That would be abuse. That would be YouTube video abuse. That would be YouTube video abuse. Scrolling abuse? Well, I explained that. Abuse is like overuse, like when you're overdoing something. And as much as I really don't like to include this, there is oracle abuse. Pulling an oracle card once, asking a question, and then asking another question. Shuffling the deck, asking the one question, getting a card, being unsatisfied at that card, what it meant and what the spiritual message of the card is. I'm going to ask another question, and then I'm going to shuffle the deck again and pull a card. It's just one after the other. Oracle abuse. If you're doing it, compulsively and, oracle abuse. Another type of abuse is, well, let me see. People abuse. And yes, there is people abuse. Abuse, in other words. You all know abuse. However, seeking others compulsively for validation, about something. If you need to know the answer to something, to a problem from that other person to feel emotionally secure, and you can't use your mind and determine that and come to your own conclusions and use your logical mind to figure out, okay, what is really the answer to this? Did I overdrain my battery? Well, what do you think the answer is? Did I hurt my computer? What do you think the answer is? So I am the one asking over and over again, did I hurt my computer? The person answering that question is, well, what do you think? Sort of gives you the power to decide for your own self. Instead of continually going back to that person and abusing it, or, oh gosh. Okay, I am so sorry, but I'm going to go into a very invasive territory. So this might be very uncomfortable for some of you. I just want you to be aware of that. That that you may get all going crazy in your mind. I don't want you to fall into a funk after I tell you this, okay? I really don't want you to fall into a rut, fall into a funk, fall into a pale, depressed at the extremes, but just a down in the dumps. Just so inside yourself, and what you can't get out of yourself. Like, I seriously don't want that for any of you. So just caution, fair warning, okay? There is thought abuse. when you are going back and, reconstructing the situation mentally in your mind over and over and over again. I can tell you during Mercury retrograde, the last Mercury retrograde, I have done some views during that retrograde. That was not a fun retrograde. Really wasn't. Worst Mercury retrograde in my whole entire life. It was turbulent. It was like like on. I can tell you the two biggest dates were May 11th and May 22nd. Oh my gosh. May 11th and May 22nd, those were the worst 2 days of Mercury retrograde. May 22nd, Sunday, was the big day for me, graduating. And, well, I wish that day... Okay, I don't need to get into the details. I'm kind of getting off topic. So anyway, I may not like the perception of certain people. And in this dream, I saw someone with a flag. I couldn't pinpoint who it was. But then I realized that there was a perfect example, and he will be in he probably will, if he is open and willing and says yes to have a conversation with Zach Callison. Boom. One deal here, one deal there, both sort of coming together. Boom. Now, as I said, his name is Laughlin. And if you see Darman films, and there was a live stream video I did about a certain actor from Darman that was stereotyped, typecasted in roles of playing bad, mean, reckless, in the wrong, antagonistic, immature type characters. This is who I'm referring to. Just because somebody has a certain personality does not mean that they are a bad person, that they are uncaring, unloving, uncompassionate, unempathetic, showing apathy. No. And I just find it kind of disappointing and sad, and I feel sorry for, and I am kind of slightly irked by the fact that this actor is, the films I've seen, Darman films, he has been placed in the bad, as playing the bad guys. really trains the mind to be racist, and not in a race kind of way, but maybe maybe prejudice, and at the worst level of expression or perception of the ego mind, it could be prejudice. A prejudice against the type of personalities like Chas Laughlin. A prejudice against fit and kind of I don't like I can't describe the personality. You're gonna have to sit and see the films. No. And so that's the wall that I want to tear down. I'm taking a big, machine, and I'm taking a ball and I'm just, tearing down that wall. And walls, remember, represent barriers, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Spiritual narcolepsy, a wall between you and connecting to the divine higher power. That's a wall. So, and again, I really want to credit Barbara Streisand for that. So, yeah, it's it's very disappointing. Even in one of the films, even in one of those films when Shast was playing a YouTuber who did acting videos of collaborating with female influencers, female hot, social media stars, and then going as far as adding a kissing scene, but then deciding last minute to get rid of it. In one scene of that film, the actor who played the waiter at the restaurant in the film was saying, and I don't remember the name of the character that he was playing, but he was saying, that guy, he's kind of a snake. And seeing that film, then seeing another film with the same actor playing kind of a similar role, then another film, I found that hurtful. And I just find it wrong. It's just wrong. I know that there are some people who are actors who are very good at playing mean roles, or roles where the character does, is in the wrong and acts out and acts badly and mistreats somebody, whatever it is. And they also really do well, and they're placed in very kind roles, compassionate roles, like-minded, fair roles. I don't think that this is very fair. And trying to think of how I feel when I watch these films, I kind of feel sorry for this person. Now, unless it comes down to, oh, I'm okay with it. I actually, I really like playing these roles. I enjoy the, enough said. Enough said. Done. Don't need to go into any more explanation, argumentation, probing deal. No, enough said. No. When someone says, "Oh, I like it, I enjoy it," I think it's fun, etc., etc., draw the line. Draw the line between your own positions and then their own opinions and beliefs and what they want and how they're experiencing a given situation. In this case, it is an actor playing certain roles. Great. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop it. But if the conversation does kind of get deep, then I kind of want to look further into this issue. Not that I want to, obviously. I don't want to, but I am going to be honest. I'm going to, again, so I will probably at one point, talk to him about this and see what he thinks. And, well, then just move on to something else. Now, is this person expressatory by any means? Is this an experimenting guest? Is this a guest against my better judgment? Is this like wine that I have to acquire? Guest, that type of guest. Do I have to be in a certain state of heart and mind in order to welcome the guest into my Amenten? I don't think so. I don't really think so. I think it's going to be fine. If I were to push and force him into something, it would probably be in the vocal realm, in the musical realm, in the singing realm. I personally want to hear him singing a fine piece of music. And that will be just an offering, an option, something that I'm providing. It's your choice whether you want to take advantage of it or not. Either way, it's fine. Because again, the Amenten guest should have the freedom to absolutely. God granted freedom and right to make decisions upon what he or she wants for these occasions, the music for certain concerts, whatever it is, and no. Remember who it's for. If you want to become an Amenten leader, it is about the guest. Sometimes you need to kind of put yourself aside and put the guest first and think about what the guest and allow the guest, a Amenten guest or Amenten person, the freedom to make decisions on his or her plans. Any celebration honoring the guest. Absolutely. Total final word, total say, all those kind of things. I will come in and say, here's what I personally want, here's what I think, and and sort of work something out, compromise, so kind of that deal. I don't want to do the percentages for all of you, but on August 27th, he'll be coming to the Amenten I do want you to watch these Starman films, though. I'm going to email you the films. I'm going to email you several films. I made a post on my Facebook page. I didn't want to be specific as to who it was for, who it was to. But I will email those videos out, and I want you to watch the videos. I want you to watch more than one video, enough to where you can kind of, see what I'm talking about preferably. So I highly recommend that you do that. So that is all that I want to say for this live stream, for this Amenten meeting. Bye for now.